Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and I believe now for the fourth time I'm welcoming Scotty McCreery to Behind the Velvet Rope. Four-time guest, man. It's crazy. First time, though, he's got a book, so make sure to check out this book. He details some incredible life experiences. Go big or go home. He's had an incredible journey. Check it out. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and I've got this mug staring at me on this book cover. It says Scotty McCreery, go big or go home, man. How at your age do you already have a book out? Explain this to me.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it, man? I'm very fortunate, but we've packed a big punch, man. I tell you what, we started at 16, 22 now, and those few years in between, we packed a really big punch. It's been fun.
It's funny because I think I've now known you for probably about 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and just seeing you physically grow up and your career grow up. What's it like being you? What's it like going through that growing up process?
I tell you what, it's just like everybody. I mean, everybody, when those years.
It's not like everybody.
Whatever. I mean, just the years themselves, like 18 to 21. I mean, everybody's changing and figuring themselves out. So I've had to do it in front of all of y'all and stuff, but it's been a good time. And but like you said, it's funny to look back on like the idle days and those pictures. Like, man, you just had a baby face. You just looking young. I'm still young, but real young back then.
Does it seem like a lifetime ago? So you write a book and you're focusing on your life. Does it feel like, hey, I'm not 22, I'm really 50, and this was a lifetime ago?
Sometimes it does. Yes, it does. Some days it feels like 20 years ago. Some days it feels like just yesterday. So that's a day-by-day thing. But all I know is we have been getting after it these last few years and on the road and making records, and now we're writing a book. So we have been staying busy.
So how does it all begin? When do you decide, hey, I want to write a book, and how do you decide what am I going to put in that book? I've only been on Earth for 22 years. How do I fill a book up?
Yeah, this idea actually got brought to me 3 years ago, and at that point I told him, I said, look, I don't know that I'm quite ready yet or have the stories to fill a book. But the idea got brought back to us again last year, and I said, you know what? Yeah, we've done some pretty cool things, and we've had highs and we've had plenty of lows, and enough to learn from. So I thought we had enough stories to fill a book. Not an autobiography. It's my life story in there, but I like travelogue better. Experience is what I've learned. So.
What were some of the cool experiences? So what were some of the things that you wanted to express for fans or non-fans? People are going to read this book and take out of this thing.
Yeah, my life in general has been an open book, from the minute they knew me. I mean, it was on, the biggest TV show out there. So it's like a lot of things they might already know, but they don't know my perspective on it, my views, or the behind-the-scenes stuff on Idol, what's really going on in that process, what it's like, how Jennifer Lopez and Steven Tyler and all them really are. So it's a lot of that. It's just kind of telling my side of things and just letting them know a little more information about what's going on.
Speaking of Idol, it just came to an end, and I know you were part of the finale. What was it like going back? What was it like, Jennifer was there and kind of just nostalgically having to say goodbye to the franchise that gave you the life that you have now?
Yeah, it was bittersweet. It was good being there, obviously, just to be there for the last finale, and it was Trent's night that night. But everybody was back. It was like Idol summer camp. I mean, it really was. 50 or 60 plus people, contestants and winners were all there. And so we're all just shaking hands and saying, hey, I was meeting a lot of people I'd never met before, but I was a fan of. Just having a good time. We got to sing. They told us we couldn't go in the crowd because there were so many of us that came back for that show. But I kind of, as soon as I was done, I snuck out there just to watch. I didn't tell anybody, but hey, I wasn't going to miss the last finale, so yeah.
How is it, you come back as a 22-year-old. You win the competition as a 16-year-old, right?
Yeah, 16 to 17. 17 when it ended, 16 when it started. So.
I love how he makes it 16, maybe 17. It's 16, 17.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You're a teenager. You win the biggest show on the planet. You're now coming back as a 22-year-old. You're an outsider, and you're seeing what's going on. How are the experiences different for you?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because I know what the kids are feeling, what the contestants are feeling in those moments. Trent and LaPortia were on there for the finale, and I could just look in their eyes and see they were nervous but excited, and it's a feeling you can't really describe. But it was good to be back. It was good to be back and just be a part of the show again. Because it'd been 5 years. So
when you look at 5 years ago, you win the competition. So obviously you have the momentum. My career is off to a great start. People know who I am. Now you're 5 years later.
Sure.
How do you keep the career going? How do you stay successful?
Yeah, you just got to make sure your name stays out there. You got to make sure folks are constantly being reminded of you. There's a lot of great talent out there, man. There's a lot of good stuff out there now, so the competition is fierce. So you got to bring your A game every day, man. You always got to be on. So luckily, my fans have treated me just incredibly awesome these last few years, and keep coming to shows, and the book sales have been wonderful. And it's just like, it's nice to see they're still by my side even 5 years later. It's like I can wipe the sweat off my forehead and just relax. So yeah.
I love your Facebook page. Your publicist Scott's one of my favorite people. He's always posting pictures of you with every single country icon out there at these various award shows. Who have you been blown away to meet?
Oh my goodness. I would say in this last year or so, or just in general, I got to meet Dolly Parton.
I saw that picture.
Yeah, my goodness, that was a moment for me. It really was. She's such an icon and such a pioneer. Just paved the way for all of us. So. And she's just still gorgeous. I mean, she really is. So
she's tiny too.
She's a small little thing.
People don't realize Dolly Parton's like 5 foot tall or 5'1".
Yeah, she's small, but she packs a big punch. She's an awesome lady, and was really an honor to meet her.
Go big or go home. Walk me through, how did that title come about?
That's just kind of been what I've lived by, man, my last few years. But that motto came to me through the baseball days when I was still playing, back before any of the idol stuff ever happened. I was a pitcher, and I was like, man, I'm not going to go out there and just throw it around. I'm going to give my all. And I didn't come here to be second, so we're going to give it a good shot. And if you're not, just go home. So I decided once I got into music, to still live by that same mantra and still go out there every day and try to bring your A game every single day. So I thought it was a good title for the book.
Now that you're 22, do you look back, and obviously you've had an irregular late teens, do you look back, is there ever a thought, I wonder what it would have been like to have been a regular kid during that time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, naturally you have those questions that pop in your head when you see, you're in Idaho somewhere, and you see pictures of your friends at a homecoming event or something. But man, the way I look at it, I might have missed a few things, and I was doing something pretty cool, where I was at too. So I try and get back for certain things, certain events I just can't miss. But I think everything happens for a reason, man. And this is a pretty cool thing just to be chatting with you, brother. So it's a good thing going.
Flattery's getting you nowhere.
Oh, sorry.
When you look at moving forward, where do you want to see your career move next? It's like crazy because it feels like you've been in the business for an eternity, but what happens now?
Yeah, we're always trying to, one up ourselves. So I want this next record to be better than the last. And, I want the next single to go higher than the last single. So, that's the competition with myself. It's a competition I have just with me, not even the outside people. So, I kind of can light my own fire under my butt and get myself going. So there's not a worry there, but I got goals, and I've accomplished some, but I've got a lot more I'm trying to get to.
How about country music right now? It's insane to see. I'm 37. I'm like a dinosaur compared to you, and I remember country music was kind of this niche genre 20 years ago, and now it's enormous. I mean, the award shows and people like Taylor Swift, obviously when she was still country, people like her really brought it to the forefront. What are your thoughts on where country music is right now?
It's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. You can go down the street and they're selling out the Madison Square Garden. I mean, they're really country's come a long way, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Everybody's got their opinions on what the music should be like. Man, as long as it's real music sung by real people and the fans enjoy it, can't ask for much more. So it is cool, like you said. It's really gone mainstream, and things are really skyrocketing for country music.
You talk about faith in the book, and faith is an enormous part of your life. Talk to me about faith.
Yeah, I mean, that is the single most important thing that's gotten me through these last few years. I mean, for being a 16-year-old thrust into the spotlight, I mean, it was fun, obviously, but it was tough.
Is it hard to balance those? Because I would have been a train wreck. I would have been, like, dead by 18. Was it hard to balance, hey, I want to be a good person, faith-driven person, but I still want to have fun?
Yeah, you can have a good time and still be a faith-driven guy. So that's kind of what
Jesus forgives.
Yeah, sure. But I've had a good time, and my faith has kind of been my rock through the tough times, through the good times. It's what I base my decisions off of in my career and life. So I still have a great time, man, and faith is still a huge part of what I do.
How about the songwriting? How about the music? How is that changing as you're getting older?
Yeah, I mean, it's just maturing with me. So, I mean, you listen to my first record, you can tell, hey, that's a 17-year-old kid that's singing there. Listen to my last record, and you say, okay, he's grown up a little bit. And But this record, man, I'm a little biased. I think we've got some really cool stuff we're working on right now. So can't wait to get y'all the music so y'all can hear it yourselves. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just growing up as a guy, and my music's growing up with me.
Does the music business change around you? Do you start seeing it differently? Is there more control? What's it like as you become older and have a more sustained career as an artist?
Yeah, I think for me, I've taken more control over my own career. Early on, I didn't want to deal with business. You know what I mean? I wanted to go out and have fun and see my friends, and if I'm on the road, I just want to go sing and hang out after the show. But nowadays, you gotta. I'm sending emails. I'm trying to make calls. I'm making decisions. In the grand scheme of things, for one, I'm a singer, but two, I'm like a CEO of a business. I got to run things. So yeah, just try to take a little more ownership in the career.
Your voice, you have like the Morgan Freeman voice of country. You've got like just that indistinguishable, like just everybody knows that voice. What have been like one or two moments where I like just crazy things have happened because of your voice, something that your talent has led to and you've got to experience?
I've done a few voiceovers and stuff. That's always fun. The crazy thing is, when I'm walking through an airport or doing something down the street, a lot of times if I'm trying to stay low key, I'll put on like eyeglasses and a hat and anything, and folks honestly have no idea it's me. And then if they speak to me and I talk back, they say, "Are you?" It's like they instantly, like you said, they can tell just because of the voice. It blows my mind how that can happen, but it happens a lot, and I don't know. The voice every day, it's like something's going on there, I guess.
Does fame freak you out? Do people recognize you at the airport? Does it freak you out?
It used to. It still catches you off guard, because you don't think of yourself as famous in your head. You still think of yourself as the same guy as before. And so when you're sitting there and you're in another world, or you're on your phone on Twitter or something, and then somebody stops you and says hello, and you're, oh crap, yeah, hey, how you doing? It catches you off guard, but it's flattering, yeah.
Do you desire mega fame? Do you desire sold out arenas and Beyonce type level fame?
I desire success for the hard work we're putting in it. I don't define success by fame. I've been fortunate to be pretty good these last few years. I'm by no means Taylor Swift out there. If she couldn't walk down the street right now, I can.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, by the way. I still wonder personally would I want something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in this for the fame. I think I'm in this because I love singing, and the more people that are listening to your songs, more lives you can affect, and that's the business I'm in here. So yeah.
What was the process like in writing this? So, I mean, just to put like 200 pages of something together to me is overwhelming and would shut me down. What was it like for you?
It was interesting, man. I like to think I tell stories for a living, but in 3-minute blurbs in a song. So this was a lot more in depth and detail oriented. But it was cool. I mean, me and Travis, the co-writer on this, we just kind of sat down and talked. That was really the main thing in all this, was just having conversations and recalling old memories I hadn't thought of in years. And I was laughing out loud to myself just thinking about some of these things. So the process was just a lot of conversations and recalling, I did this because I was influenced here, and it was fun for me to reflect like that. I really haven't had that chance before. As
you go through that, were there one or two moments where you wish that you would have done something differently?
Yeah, there's always those moments. It hasn't all been highs. We've had some good things happen. We've had bad things happen. I'm just 22. I've been robbed at gunpoint and I've been sued. I mean, not many 22-year-olds.
That's weird to say. Yeah. Well, the gunpoint can happen. If you live in New York, it can happen anywhere. But the sued thing, like, you're right. That's part of 22. Nobody even has to experience the business side of anything.
No, they don't. Some of them do, but it's something that I've had to just kind of grow up in and adapt to. And I don't know that I would have done anything differently there. I feel like I was in the right, but it's just one of them things. You just got to go with the flow in life, and whatever it throws at you, you got to be ready to take a hack at it.
Good for you, man. Everybody check out Scotty's new book, Go Big or Go Home. It's amazing to 22 years old to be writing a book, to be sharing life experiences, but you've packed a lot into a fairly short life so far, man.
Man, it's a wild ride, but I sure am enjoying it. So.
Good for you, man. And new album on the way. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Check it out. Go buy this book. Really great stuff.